It is time for another trap tunnel video. Now it's been around, exactly 30 days I believe since the last trap tunnel video. Now this is the build I'm going with this. Now I'm not sure if I'll have the full gameplay of the actual trap tunnel in the mission because there was an annoying bug on PlayStation where it crashes at the end of every other mission at the moment. So if I don't have the very end, actually I might just stop the recording just before the end of the actual gameplay, but just so it doesn't crash and lose the footage. But this is the build I'm going to be using for Ice King. Now I'm thinking of using basically traps that not many people use. So picture these triangles or cones. As I say, that's where the husks are spawning. Now this is going to be very expensive. It's going to be a very, very expensive tunnel. I've never tried this. I'm just visualizing that this could actually be really good. But it uses things like ceiling drop traps. It uses broadsides. It uses the tar pits. It uses the new what are they called? Dance traps? What are they called? I don't. What are those traps called? Sound walls. It uses those traps. It uses floor launchers. So I'm not going to be just spamming gas traps. I'm not going to be spamming wooden floor spikes like the vast majority of trap tunnel videos are. Just with a different type of build. So yeah, let's just keep doing the outside or whatever you call it. Keep doing this. I'm trying to ramble as I'm building this here. Gonna have all these cones because this is the husk pathing or pathing, however you want to pronounce it. Just want to make them go the longest possible route in here. Now this seems good. So on the outside, what I'm gonna have are some sound walls like so. So if husks come at an angle, especially the exploders, it's going to drop the propane tanks out here. If that isn't the case, I'm going to have an additional one in here just to make sure that they will drop those. I'm going to have a tar pit down here. I'm going to have another tar pit on the other side. I didn't craft one. Let me just quickly craft another tar pit. There we go. I'm going to have another tar pit here. And I'm going to have a broadside. It's going to be spammed full of broadsides. So, tar pit on either side. So basically, husks are going to be coming in. They're going to get frozen straight away. This is to guarantee that the propanes get dropped. And then all these other tiles, we're just going to have floor launches. Now the floor launches won't do too much until I put these other traps down. Now next I'm going to have up top just a load of ceiling drop traps because they're probably the most underused trap in the game. I don't know if they're good or not, so I've actually perked them up myself. And here we are. They're the ceiling drop traps we're going to be using. So they're going to get stuck here. And then this is going to drop right on the head. Now again, this will drop down, but what we're going to have up top here, we're going to have some broadsides. So when the floor launches, launch those husks up high in the air. Those additional broadsides, like a tile higher, are going to be bouncing around this whole, what do we call this? Death pit of death? But yeah, they're going to be bouncing around all over the place. Now this should do an absolute ton of damage, and I don't think anything can get through. Might be an issue when placing base. Maybe base will not cover the whole area. I'm not 100% sure on that. Now if we can actually, if there's enough room, I'm thinking we could duplicate this but somewhat invert it, so we could kind of have a smaller one on the outside like so, but I'm not gonna go around building that at all. This is what the tunnel should look like. And so I'm going to take it into the mission, and I really hope the game doesn't crash first of all. And I really hope this will work well, because if it doesn't work well, I'm probably not putting this in a video. So let's skip to the mission. So I'm in the mission, but I'm just thinking, in theory, this might be for another time, but I could say just spam broadsides all the way up, say 4 or 5 tiles. Have a ceiling drop trap at the very top to drop on those husks. I know it's only 3 tiles high. That's where it triggers, but I'm not sure if it can drop down to 4 tiles. But then I could just have more broadsides. Again, that could be a really, really wacky tunnel. Literally throwing them up, broadsides spam all over the place. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave that for another time though. But let's get to the actual defense. So very quickly, I'm gonna make sure that propane tank goes. We don't want that near the tunnel. Oh no. Okay, we're good. I have built it, but the spawns are very bad for me. I just want to see if they can actually even get through the first tile. They get stuck. Oh no, they don't get stuck. What even happens? Okay, so they do go round. Oh my gosh, the broadsides absolutely spam, and that is exactly what we want. Now if we can have this on a bigger scale when these guys spawn, this was the best one. In 5 missions, this was the best type of spawn I could think of. I was tempted to go into a war games and just redo one of my home bases, but I thought that was more of a cop-out. That's why I've done this. I've not done my ceiling drop traps either, so I'm going to get placing these, and then hopefully we can get defenders. Additionally, on this side, I've just basically put some defenders down because I can't really do the tunnel I was hoping to on this side. So I'm going to put the blue glue in. Now, hopefully this goes right because I've invested a lot of time and materials into this. I'm hoping it goes right anyway. Water enemies, that's fine. Also, instead of a broadside at the end, I put a wall dynamo. I don't want husks dropping down there though. We can see some coming in. The drop traps doing their thing. Drop traps don't do as much damage as all the other traps, but I just wanted to test them out really in this. It's working well so far. Nothing's got through. The real test in the tunnel is if anything gets through. That's it really. That's what you want. There's one husk getting flung up. So there's one, maybe two, a few guys. How many guys are going to get round like that? I don't know. Some husks seem to be going round on this side, but the defenders are getting rid of those mostly. Nothing's getting through. I think, you know, I could say in a storm shield defense or something. What are these guys coming? Just going to put a turret up. But I'm thinking, because in some missions you don't have a lot of space, it's always good to use the space above, which is what I quite like doing in, I say, impromptu trap tunnels that I just come up with. I think this could be very good because it's using that space above. Again, I could have it a third tile as well with more broadsides, and those broadsides are going to be bouncing around everywhere. Nothing's got through yet. This is actually working really well. Really, really well. Don't have to have the drop traps. I could have had something like a gas trap. 1 or 2 drop traps have... Oh no, they're not gone missing. That's how they look. I thought they've just vanished then. I do think drop traps might need a buff because I wanted to, with this tunnel, kind of use traps that aren't really used. Like the tar pit isn't used that much in trap tunnels. The ceiling drop trap not used that much. And I wanted to use a new trap as well. Alright, we're going to smash her on that side. The base isn't connected to that. I'm just going to put a wall there to connect the base so the smasher gets frozen if he punches it. There we go. Because the base for some reason wasn't connected. Again, I could have put additional walls like this. That'd need more broadsides though. I think some husks on this side might be getting through. Might have died to the wooden floor spikes I put on that side. That's fine though. This is the side we're focusing on. It is working perfectly. I might deliberately down myself so I can crawl in the tunnel. I'm going to be absolutely heartbroken if on the second defense the E-spawn changes because I'm going to waste all these traps. I want to see the durability in all of them. Not a single husk has got through so far. There's 1 or 2 going round. I don't know where these guys are going round though because it's a very long path if they are going round. Because I've made sure that it takes forever for them to get round. Look at that. Nothing's even touched this tar pit here. Not a thing. So it's working very, very well. Smasher's getting frozen. Let's look at that Smasher's health. That Smasher's gone. Oh no, he's not. He's still here. Come on. He's gonna go. Oh, it's life leech as well. That's why he's getting his health back when he punches the walls. Okay, we ran out of time there. Smasher. Hopefully E-spawn doesn't change. It is changing. I won't be able to get another bit of gameplay, and that took for ages to find one spawn that was good enough. Unfortunately, that's going to take a while. So I'm actually recording this around an hour after finishing that mission because I tried it in other zones. Some spawns weren't perfect enough. You need basically a dead-on zone, like right in front of the objective. A corner spawn won't work well, and I got quite a lot of those. Then the game started crashing. Then I thought, right, let's go into Plankerton War Games. Let's build there. But that place is an absolute mess. I just didn't want to get started destroying everything. It was going to take too long. So I've only got a bit of gameplay of that tunnel, but the bit of gameplay we got, it worked flawlessly. Nothing got through at all. At all. I went and checked the actual, durability of the traps, and everything was used quite well. The first tar pit on the entrance was actually gone. Maybe that's why the Smasher started punching the wall potentially toward the end of the defense, because there was no tar pit to even stick it to the ground. So if I up the durability a bit on my tar pits, it'll last longer. But this tunnel worked really well. I'm thinking in future, a tunnel somewhat similar to this, but with the floor launchers, have it instead of 2 tiles high, have it potentially up to 5 tiles. So I'm thinking 3, 4, maybe 5 tiles high. Don't think maybe 5, but 3 or 4, just to make use of that space above. I really like using trap tunnels that make use of that space above the actual ground level, because so many of those trap tunnels just use the ground level, and I really like experimenting with different tunnels. This is one that definitely works. You do need kind of a wide space as well, which isn't great, because quite a lot of spawns you don't get a wide space. And I do like the fact that I was using traps that don't get used as much, like the tar pit, like the ceiling drop traps. The floor launchers in tunnels don't really ever get used. They really used it to like push husks away from objective, but this one was used in a tunnel. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. Let me know what you guys thought of this. Let me know if it worked for you, and as always, thank you for watching.